Okay, Thursday video. New topic, ladies and gentlemen. So this will not count for this report card. Couple reminders. Don't forget to do your test if you haven't done your test. Please contact any friends to make up any work that you need to do. But make sure all your work is done by tonight. Okay. New topic for the next unit, Unit 3, is slope. Determining the slope or rate of change. Let me stop right there. Let me make sure we know this. Slope is also called rate of change. I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, this word rate of change is going to pop up everywhere. So make sure you know rate of change and slope are almost the exact same thing. The difference is rate of change is for real world situations. Okay. Remember, these notes are attached to Schoology, so if you have a printer, if you would like to follow to make sure you know what I'm doing, please do so. Eighth grade refresher. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We're bringing back eighth grade just to make sure we know what is going down. Eighth grade refresher. We have the slope formula, ladies and gentlemen. So this is when I have 2 points, and I use this formula to get out my slope defined by m. Anywhere I see an M, I should know that means slope, also known as rate of change. Not going to go over that formula because we sure already know how to do it. If you don't know how to do it, please stop by tutorials. All right. Quick little problem. What is the slope of the line of the model of the situation? Now, we're doing this problem because we can translate a graph and turn it into a table. Example 165. Boom, that's my first point. Let me do some highlighting. Boom, it's right there. 260, boom, it's right there. 450, boom, boom, boom. They're all there. So we could translate a graph if you're not comfortable with graphs. Make it a table. It'll make your life a lot easier. All right. Now, choose any 2 points. When I say points, it's because this is X, this is Y. X, Y, X, Y, X, Y, X, Y. So we have a set of points here. Choose 2 of them, any 2. Me and myself, I'm going to use the first one and the second one. Why do I want to use the first one and the second one? Because let's just get it over with. Let's make it easy. Okay. From there, don't forget the formula's up there, but I'm right here. M equals Y2 minus Y1, and then X2 minus X1. After choosing my 2 points, I need to label them. I'm going to label my first point and my second point. Because I'm labeling this as my first point, this is my X1. Because this is my first point, this is my Y1. Second point is X2, and this is Y2. Now, after I label it, guess what? We get to do the formula. Now, because it's the formula, I'm going to make sure I put parentheses everywhere that there's a variable. Example, this is a variable, 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 variable. Minus signs are always parts of the formula. So I'll put minus signs right there because they're part of it. And then I'm going to put some parentheses because this is where these numbers go in. All right. Looking at who this is first, we have Y2. Y2. Y2, that's 60. On the top, we got Y1 is next. Boom, 65. Next, we got X2. X2 is number 2. And then lastly, we have X1. Now, you want to be able to use the formula to pinpoint who you're using. Now, you could have used any other 2 points and you should still get the same answer. So if you want to do that on your own, do it. Challenge yourself. Anyways, make a fraction. Now, I'm going to do one part at a time. I'm going to do the numerator and then the denominator. If I have to reduce, please reduce. 60 minus 65, calculator, it's negative 5. 2 minus 1, 2 minus 1 gives me 1. And I can reduce this to negative 5 divided by 1, which is negative 5. So my slope in this case is negative 5. That means it's going down 5 every single number. All right. Should be a good refresher. Now we need to apply the idea of slope and rate of change in algebra formats. Like I said, rate of change is never going away. Okay. Let's go ahead and do this real quick. Let's label. First step is always to label x1, y1, x2, y2. Taking my formula. Of course, I liked it when I did the little parentheses because it helps myself out. All right. Starting with y2, look for y2. Boom, 9. Boom, cross it out just to make my life easier. Next one, y1, number 1. Boom, let's cross it out, makes my life easier. x2, 9. Boom, let's cross it out, makes my life easier. And the last number is 4. Let's subtract 9 minus 1. Oops, sorry. Oops, sorry. 9 minus 1, 9 fingers minus 1 is 8. 9 fingers minus 4 is 5. Can I reduce this? No, I cannot. There's my slope. Of course, you're going to do those on your own because I want you to. Love, love this stuff. Super nice and easy. All right, we got me, myself, and I. Mr. Ramirez likes to do the first 2 points because they're super, super straightforward. Let me go ahead and label. Got x1, x2, y1, y2. Sorry. Write the formula again. M equals y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. Zoom. Minus, minus. Like to put these parentheses. I'm matching. Who's my y2? 0. Cross it out so we don't have to look at it anymore. y1, negative 4. So let's cross that out. Isn't that crazy? If I did not put the parentheses, I would have had just put minus 4. But because it's a negative, I get to see that it says minus negative 4. That's interesting. Parentheses are important. Bottom part, x2. x2 is right here. That's 0. Boom. And then x1 is negative 2. Boom. Calculator, please, ladies and gentlemen. Calculator, please. Hold on, let me erase this real quick because it's in my way. I'll give you the answers for your problems right now to make sure you're doing it correctly. Make sure you put this in the calculator correctly. Remember, you could always download a calculator app. I'll share my calculator app with you guys later. 0 minus negative 4. 0 minus negative 4 is a positive 4. 0 minus negative 2, positive 2. This can be reduced. What's 4 divided by 2? 2. And there's my slope. Real quick, your answer for your problems. I want you to do the work on the side though. 9 over 5. Oh, let me erase all this stuff, sorry. So the answer right here is 9 over 5, so you guys could double check. Over here we got, I think it's just a 5. Good stuff, good stuff. I don't want to do the work because I already did 2 problems. You do the next 2. All right, all right, all right. Let's move on. Oh my God, we're going to love this stuff. All right. Real quick, these are the different forms. Please learn the names, memorize it, whatever you got to do. We got slope-intercept, which is y equals mx plus b. Right here, we can read the y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus 1. And then ax plus by equals c. Here, we're just supposed to identify the slope. Very straightforward. I see the m because of my formula, there's my slope. I see the m from the formula, that's my slope. Right here, we actually have to do some work. That's why it has a couple little stars. So right here, this is we have to do some work. Okay? All right. So, slope right here, m is identified, boom. It's right next to the x, ladies and gentlemen. That tells me that my slope right here is 5. Boom. Next. M is right here in front of my parentheses x. That means, okay, whatever is in front of x, that's my slope. So that's the answer. Yeah, it's that easy. Just that's my slope. Real quick, let's do these two down here. What's my slope in front of the x? -1/2. Good stuff, good stuff. Next one, what's in front of my x that gives me my m? Yeah, it's 7. Very simple, very simple. I promise all you're doing is picking the number in front of x and boom. Over here, it's not that simple. It's not that simple because I have my x and my y on the other side. Over here, the x and the y's are on the opposite sides. If we can tell, we have y over here, x over here. Y over here, x on the over here. Over here, we have the x and the y's together. So we have to convert. We have to convert this form back into this form where it says y equals mx plus b. What the French toast? How are we going to do that? Check it out. I'm going to erase this part, ladies and gentlemen, because I need a little bit of writing room. How are you doing that, sir? All right. Couple things. Oops. Couple things. There's only 2 steps. Why isn't it working? There's only 2 steps, ladies and gentlemen. 2 steps. Step 1. You're going to move your x. Move x. And then step 2, divide. It's only 2 steps, sir. It's that straightforward, I promise. Border. Move this x. I need to move this x. Let me do it in red. Moving this x to the other side, we should already know once we move it over to the other side, that turns into a negative 10x. Bring down this positive 15. Bring down the 5y. Now, I got to divide. Let's even say let's divide y. Because slope-intercept form is just the y, I need the y by itself, and that 5 is kind of bothering me. So let's make sure we divide, use a different color. Divide, divide, divide. What's the number in front of y? 5. Divided by 5, divided by 5, divided by 5. We should know already those are going to cancel out because it gives me 1, which is just my y equals. Boom, we already started it. Y equals. Divide these very carefully. If you can't divide them, just reduce. Negative 10 over 5 gives me negative 2x. 15 over 5 gives me a positive 3. Who's my slope here, ladies and gentlemen? Let's leave it there. Who's my slope here? Boom. Negative 2. I'm going to do the second one just in case. And don't worry, this is also going to happen tomorrow. M equals negative 2. Good stuff, good stuff. If you could do this, you'll be set to go for the whole year. I promise. You'll be able to move stuff real quickly. Let's do the next one. Remember, if you need to rewind it, do it. Rewind it, pause, rewind it, go. Oops. Got to exit out. Duh. One more problem. Let me do some erasing real quick. Remember, if you're doing this on a separate sheet of paper, it's a great idea. Great idea because it does need a little spacing so you can know what you're doing. I do miss teaching in the classroom, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna need a favor soon enough, but I'll mention that later. I'm gonna give extra credit, and it's gonna be right before grades are due. So whoever attends the thing I'm gonna ask for, you'll probably get a good amount of points to pass the class. All right. So steps are move my x, and step 2, divide by y. All right. Move my x. Let's use red like last time. Moving the x goes from a negative to a positive. That's positive 2x. Then we got the plus 6 because it's positive. Bring down the 3y. Holy shoots, what do I do next? Divide by y. Who am I dividing by? 3. 3 divided by 3 is just 1. That gives me my y equals 2 divided by 3. If you use a calculator, it's going to give you a decimal. So if anything, just leave it like that. 2 over 3x, because I cannot reduce it, and it cannot be divided by. And we like our slopes in a fraction. 6 divided by 3 is 2. What's my slope? In front of the x. My slope is m equals 2 over 3. Good stuff, good stuff. I love it, I love it, I love it. For Friday, tomorrow, we're going to be doing just problems on this. Next. Pause, rewind if you need to look at it again. Slope and rate of change from a graph. All we got to remember is a slope guy. Please remember, his positive I is telling me that this graph is going up. This negative I is telling me the graph is going down. His nose up and down means this is an undefined graph. His side to side, his mouth, his little dimples are zeros. Zero slope. Gonna do some graphs on it real quick. If you need to do real world examples, please do some research. I think your discussion question is talking about real world examples of different slopes. Handwriting is terrible, right? Different slopes. All right. Real quick, all we need to make sure is we know what each thing is looking like. Going over a positive and negative, just remember positive slope is a straight line going up. Give you a real quick example of a positive slope. Positive slope is going up the stairs. Coming down. Let's use a different one. Let's go this negative. Let's say down a mountain. Okay, so we did positive, negative. Next two. Oh, I could have just left it there, right? That's fine. Side to side, a perfect horizontal line. This is a zero slope. What is side to side? What is an example of side to side? Oh, we could say something like rollerblading. The streets, rollerblading. All right, you're going rollerblading like this on the straight line. That's a good example. An undefined slope. Oh, I got a good one. Undefined slope. The fireman's pole. right? When they're coming down the fireman's pole because they got to go save lives. That's a good example. But that's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Do those activities, the Kahoot and the Quizlet. Get more math is a good way to get extra practice. Do the quiz. The quiz should not be too difficult, and you should be good to go. Make sure you remember the formula. The formula is going to be part of your life for a good amount of time. Y2 minus Y1 over X2 minus X1. Make sure you're texting your friends, calling them, letting them know to do their assignments so they could get credit for classes. All right, Mr. Ramirez is out.